Been racking them up, here lately over the last, 3 months. It's my job to get y'all the best content out there as possible. And me being around the Clipper organization, man, I'm trying to bring as many great people around for y'all to get a chance to, see live and talk to them as possible. So we have another great guest today, man. Obviously, if you are a Clipper fan, a Clipper supporter, you guys know him. No introduction really needed, but we're going to introduce him anyway. So this man right here, obviously, is the heart and soul of the Clippers. He is the entertainment, the hype man, the hyphy guy. And, Lord behold, we all need something like this on our team. So I want to go ahead and give the stage to my man, Mr. Clipper Soul. Interview with him, man. First off, man, turn your camera on. Hope that everybody can see that beautiful face of yours, bro.
What's up?
What's good, my guy? What's good with you? Good. How you doing, man? How's everything
I'm
going?
doing great. I'm so excited to be on your podcast. I heard, great things about it, I'm glad to be back with the family. It's been like a little break off that we had, for that little break that we had, switching arenas, not going to our own arena. So we gotta have more lit podcasts, and we gotta turn up real big this year.
Man, let me ask you this question. The summer's been a long summer. Training camp's about to start in about a week and a half. What have you been doing to keep yourself preoccupied, man, since the long break has been happening? What have you been doing to keep yourself preoccupied?
Well, I'm actually a pastor too. So I've been opening up different youth centers, esports arenas, in different cities, and, helping kids, helping build the community around, Inglewood, and, just try to take a break. Because as you know, I go to every single game for the past 7 years, every All-Star weekend, every Super Bowl, the G League Championship I go to, and other events with other influencers. And I just been staying busy with my gaming company, Mouth Guard Company, and just try to just stay healthy and keep it moving, But I miss being at the arena.
Okay, so you got, a few hats on you. And like I said, man, this is Clipper Soul, my man Clipper Soul, who is the hype man of the LA Clippers. Anybody who's an LA Clipper fan, make sure you guys, like I said, show my man some love. But let's get into with the Clippers right now. Obviously, let me ask you this question. How did you even become the quote unquote super fan for the Clippers? What pushed that into your heart to even become a Clipper fan to this day?
Well, I always been a Clipper fan from back in San Diego days, but due to my job, I was vice president, assistant to the old CEO of Beats by Dre. So I always been doing the sports marketing, influencer marketing for big companies, and been around youth and young adults, and like I said, I ride and die with the Clippers, and they always been an underdog with a fighting personality, fighting spirit. So me and Shaq, I was doing a gaming party at one of Shaq events, and I was doing a little TikTok dance. He was like, "You're cool. You're a pastor, and you cool. I had a Clipper hoodie on." And he was like, "Man, you got some moves to be a pastor, because I can tumble too." And I saw him at the Laker versus Clipper game, and we was kind of in the back parking lot, kind of dancing. He said he wanted to outdance me, but I'll show Shaquille O'Neal. So ever since then, I was trying to think of a name, something that's classy, cool. So I went around with like different like costumes. So I said, let me throw on some gloves. Always been a big fan of Oakley, Nike gloves. I used to wear Under Armour, but I wear Nike gloves. Got the Adidas. I mean the Jordan. So it just came like overnight. But I didn't think I was gonna get into the race of the super fans out of the whole NBA, because you got Spike Lee, you got Nathan over at the Raptors, you got the Orangey and the Suns. I didn't know I was gonna get into that race of being like top 12, top 15. I think one reporter told me I was like right behind Spike Lee, but I haven't saw that Beach Reporter list. I've been trying to get it, but it was all about me bringing the energy to the team, and setting that environment. Because y'all know I don't sit down, I don't be quiet. I go into some of the aggressive like arenas like Boston, Philly. People say, "What are you?" I'm not running from the Popos, y'all, not yet, but I will be. So I've been in some aggressive, man. It is crazy. Like, it is crazy to these arenas, but we're gonna talk about that later. But dang,
yeah. Do this? We gonna get into all that, man. Especially, I know you're excited about the new arena. But let me ask you this question. And like I said, people that's coming here, make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me read some of the people are in the comment section. Man, the one and only Bolt, he said, "Yo, how you doing, brother? Yo, how you doing?" Danny Berry Sports Highlights, what's my guy? How you doing? Happy Friday. Deuce Time says, "Salute, BJ. What's the stuff about Claude Chinese agent talking about? Wait till media day for the news." So let me just put something out here. I know this is my man Clippers Soul's interview, but they had something on Twitter talking about Kawhi Leonard was dealing with some type of injury or whatever. That's all fake news. Law Murray already pushed that down. Kawhi Leonard's fine.
He's healthy.
There's nothing going on. So I want to put that out there. But yeah, let's talk about this, bro. Honestly, with the Clippers. Some of the people you have, what are some of the things the fans be saying to you as far as when you're at the games? Of course, I see you always the hype man, always the guy in the crowds, by the floor, stuff like that in the hall. What is the thing that fans usually like to do when they see you?
Acme, is your hair real? Is that your real hair? I was like, yeah, that's my real hair. But they said, how do I go to all the games and how do I keep the energy? That's one thing that fans are say. They say you're a real deal. You're a super fan that always reach out to everyone because when I'm at Crip Arena, I go up to everybody. I try to stay like an hour and a half after every game, and I get there an hour before. So I just try to be the shining light. I guess it's my personality. People ask me how do I do it, because I'm not young, I'm pretty old, but I keep the energy, I keep the energy, I keep it positive, the only thing I focus on, I don't focus on winning or losing. I tell fans, I just focus on giving energy.
Right. If so, the super fan, the hype man, what do you think is why your personality? You said you dance and all that stuff, but why is Clipper so one of the most important figures at a Clipper game? Why does every team need a super fan? You got Spike Lee with the Knicks, with the Lakers. I wouldn't call him a super fan, like Jack Nicholson. You got the Atlanta Hawks with Little Boozy. You got all these different figureheads and these different crowds of people that actually cheer. So what does a super fan do, and why is it so important to have that at a game?
Yeah, I get asked that all the time at different arenas. I think super fan is one. It got to be in the heart. You can't hire nobody to be a super fan. You can't make nobody be a super fan. It got to be in their hearts. They got to love the team. They got to love the sport. Um, I think different between me and a lot of those super fans is some of those people like Spike Lee. He's a more celebrity, but he just happened to go to the game. Barry and those guys were actually celebrities, movie stars, rock and roll stars, but they go to the game. But I think it should be separated. And me and Spike Lee talked about this at All Star Weekend. He said, "I'm a celebrity." He said, "You're a super fan because I've been following you. I've been watching you when we played New York Knicks. I'll usually sit by him." And he gave me a lot of respect this year at All Star Weekend. Him and Barry and those other super fans because they don't really go to every game. They go to certain signature games away, and they go to pretty much all the home games. But I think separate me. I just be myself. I don't try to be famous. I don't try to be popular. I just be me. That's what a lot of people like about me. I don't care about what people say, and don't get caught up in the gossip because that gossip board. Once you get that light, and once you get that little status of people knowing you, your whole mindset change.
Exactly, and that's a big point. As y'all come here, smash the like button. We got an interview with my man Clipper Soul, man. He is the super fan for the Los Angeles Clippers, the heart and soul, the entertainment, the wild guy, the one that gets the crowd going, the crowd pumped up. So let's talk about some of these all-star, photos and stuff like that. I'm gonna put on the screen. This is obviously Kawhi and PG right here. Our two, PG is no longer with the team, but Kawhi Leonard, obviously, he is our superstar player.
Right.
What is it? How are you interacting with the stars? And because obviously you got a lot of pictures, not just with our players but throughout the entire league. How are you interacting with the players when you actually see them? How are they giving you feedback? Like, give us like some stories of some players that you got a chance to get close to.
Well, if you know me working in sports, I worked in sports for many years at a headphone company, so I've always been around them. Coming to the Clippers, they kind of just connect me being a super fan, but I've been in sports marketing for like 25 years. So I kind of knew PG and I talked to Kawhi Leonard at outside events. So when I came in, they was like, "Wow, you're here." They called me Curtis. That's my government name, but I'm Clipper Soul. So I let them be them. I encourage them because I see when PG couldn't get to that breaking point. I see when Kawhi Leonard was, he had nothing left, but I kind of fire him up, or I'd say, Terrence Mann, come on, get your head in the game, because I'd be yelling at them. I think sometimes I was they super fan mom. I'd be yelling. I know Ty Lewis like, oh my gosh, with Clipper Soul, be quiet. I'd be yelling until I be getting their attention. I'd be telling me, you gotta focus, you gotta focus. Same thing I do at the arena, but on the way, I'd be really on them. Especially I know basketball. I know how to coach basketball, US basketball, coach for the youth. So I know the game. I know when they make mistakes. I know when they careless mistakes. I mean, when they try to just get in their feelings, get in their emotions. I try to be that energy to get them out their mold, get them focused, because people don't understand. It takes that crowd to make this team be a better team. It's not just their individual athletic ability. It's the hype. We got to create more vibes this year. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. All good points, all great points. So I'm gonna start putting these photos up here. So you were in the sports industry before you got with the Clippers, and obviously being with the Clippers as far as being the super fan. What are some of the best moments you've had, being with the team and being around certain guys? Like, what are some of the fondest memories you have so far?
I think with this last All-Star weekend, when it was kind of a lot of other fans and a lot of other NBA basketball players and coaches, like Kevin Durant mom came up to me, want to take a picture, like Spike Lee and Kat and Giannis and all those guys. And PG was like, man, y'all still are super fan, him and Kawhi Leonard. I was like, nah, I'm still with y'all. So I felt kind of honored when Spike Lee came up to me, because everybody know he's like the biggest super fan you can say. Him and the guy from the Raptors, they both came up to me and wanted to take pictures with me. I used to be walking. I was like, so, and it was honored with Spike Lee, because I thought he was pretty much the number one super fan. So,
Yeah,
but I knew
man.
Spike Lee from back when, like, production days, 'cause I did a lot of style and wardrobes for like TV shows and movies. So,
Mm-hmm.
so Spike Lee's shocked that I was a super fan. He said, I'm a pastor and you're a super fan. He said, that's cool. So I respect that.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Me being myself, I mean, we already had a super fan previously, Clipper Darrell. So tell me your relationship with him, and have you got a chance to have you got a chance to really chop it up with as lately? Um, I don't know if we lost. Did we lose him?
Oh, there you go. All right.
Okay.
I have to tell my
What
office,
what's your
sorry.
what's your uh what's your relationship with Clipper Darrell, man? Like, obviously he's our super fan. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till you come to the new arena. No, watch your back. Watch your back. Um, I would say this because I was told our organization don't get caught up into these because so many people was calling me about an incident that happened between Clipper Darrell at the arena. I would just say this. I knew Clipper Darrell when he first got started. I knew Clipper Darrell when he was grinding, when he was trying to do his radio stuff, and this was a regular sports figure. So I would just say sometimes I didn't try to come in there to take his shine or take his fan base. I just was myself. I thought we was all working together, but it didn't work out like that. And I just kind of just let it go. I tried for so many years to be on his side. Like say, hey, we both can fire up the arena, because he got the hoop troop, he got the slam team, you got Chuck, you got Clipper Darrell. I would never take away his legacy, but you know, I put more work in. Just like at Summer League, they invite me every year to go to Summer League and do like the entertainment. The organization loved me, so I don't. I got to a point I don't know how to get to him. He really took it into, I guess, a threat. But because nobody else, you have Reggie Vision, you have, well, she's a great person. You have Clipper Carlos, you have Platoon. If I'm missing anybody, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty much the ones that had to shine like that. I came out of nowhere, just kind of took the light from everybody, but not intentionally. I tried and got attention to the NBA, from the
Right.
WNBA to the NBA to the 2K League, because everybody
Yeah.
know I'm into the NBA 2K sports. One of the top 2K players, but I don't know. I had some things you have to give it to God and keep it pushing. My job is just to motivate the fans, motivate the team, and create an environment at the arena. I don't get caught up into that shoulda, coulda, woulda, stuff. If he want to play ball and you want to get along, you want to just come, let's work together. I'm always open. I don't hold no grudges.
Man, I think something too. I want to also relieve, because you said something,
Right?
give it to God. So your faith, obviously something that you carry on your sleeve, is number
Yeah.
one. I'm pretty much guessing. So do you think that, how has that gotten you through being what you've done with the Clippers as of in this tenure and the experiences that you done had? Like, what are some personal, if you can share anything personally, what have being in the Clippers and being around the fan base and stuff like that, has God been a part of that?
Well, if I drove an electric car. I got a GT Mach-E. I'm wrapping and getting it gutted out. I'm wrapping with Clipper colors, and inside gonna be red and blue. I drove all the way from LA to Indiana twice in a car. I have my little Clipper Soul logo on it. It's just a day and a half driving,
Mm.
charging my car. Plus, it was another 2-day drive. I was so sick driving there. I didn't let it stop me at all. That's dedication. Either like some people from the Guinness Book of World Records, they want to put me in there. I think I'm in there now for the driving the electric car the furthest from LA to Indianapolis. And I think I'm in there again for the Superfan, going to the most games in a consecutive
Mm-hmm.
season. So no, I think I need one more year to beat Spike Lee, but everybody else I kind of beat. But they got to confirm the year of Spike Lee. If you went consistent for so many years,
Mm-hmm.
it took my faith for that long drive. I drove to Dallas. I drove to Austin. I drove to San Francisco, to Vegas, to Detroit, um, to all the West Coast, Seattle. I
Mm-hmm.
drove. So that takes a lot of determination. So my faith kept me going when when it was cold, when I was driving night after night, because I had to do my regular job. I had to jump in my car, because my thing is I wanted to do something that a fan never done before, but it was a lot of wear and tear on my body for so many
Yeah.
years. And
So
traveling around is a lot.
it's a grind. So everybody sees that you just taking pictures with celebs, but you doing this on the road. You doing this
Right.
out your own pocket. You driving, and
Right.
all this stuff that you're putting out there, man. So what's the good things about what you're doing? Like, obviously you got to a point where you're able to be around celebs and top notch players and things of that nature. So was it all worth it? All that stuff that you did was worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. Seeing fans that was excited to see me, and I think I saw some of the stuff on Twitter and some of the Facebook groups that they post pictures that the reason why we come is to see Clipper Soul, and the reason why we come to see the team win, to see his excitement, winner or losing. Because I get excited winner or losing. I don't let winning kind of excite me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just the young fans, and one fan, I guess he needed a TV. I guess one of the drop down TVs. He didn't get it. A big fan had snatched it from at our arena. I went out the next day and bought him a 60-inch TV. So every time I see him at the arena, his mom and dad loves me. I said, I didn't do this to try to get no brownie points. I know some of the executives from the Clippers were like, wow, you did that. I said, yeah. But I wasn't doing it to try to, get pull from the Clipper. I just did it because that's in my heart. I don't want to see that guy didn't have to take the TV from him, because it came from the sky. He just yanks it. I said, man, give his TV back. So I said, forget it. I got him one. He thought he was gonna get a 30-inch TV, but I got him a 60-inch TV from Best Buy. So that's the kind of stuff that I do just to see the smile on people's faces. So I don't get caught up in the politics, because being a super fan, everybody watch your social media, the NBA, the team, other fans, other media. I just try to make sure I be positive. Don't get caught up in that little media war,
Mm-hmm.
because it's easy to get caught up in that.
Man, social media is the life and the death. It's you can contact anybody through social media, but you'd also get through some trouble in social media like no longer before.
Right.
So what we gonna do, man? I just dropped the link for y'all if y'all want to come in here and ask questions to Mr. Clippers. So again, this is our entertainment. This is our quote unquote super fan that actually is a lot in charge of how the crowd gets going, the crowd gets pumped up. Well respected throughout around the league by the players and fans and things of that nature. Did you play basketball at all? You just like watching the sport?
Oh, I can play. I can still play right now. I can drop 40 on you.
Oh man, really?
Easy. 2K or real life. I play a lot. I actually can play. I actually got that high IQ into playing. And I think I get too serious about playing when it comes to pick up ball. So I be careful where I play at.
Who's some of your favorite players in the league that you really like? Even
You
it can
know
be
what?
on our team
On our team or in general?
in general.
Uh, I try not to answer that question. And when it comes to our team, I say everyone. But I like my favorite player was Lamar Odom. Remember he always did the spin.
Left-handed dude. Yep.
Yeah, that I'm telling you,
Yep.
that's my favorite player to this day. And I see Lamar Odom all the time out in the valley, and I still say you're my number one player. And that's the player I like the most. And
Mm,
Curry, I like my second because every time I see him, he always would show me love because we both are faith believers. So I respect that in him. Nate Robinson, some of those guys I just see Ron Artest, like Boobie
mm,
Gibson,
mm-hmm.
those guys that
Oh, you going back? You
yeah, I
going way
go
back?
way back. I'm trying not to put the new players on blast because I was like, why you not seeing my name? Why you not seeing my? Because I did a couple of interviews with iHeart, and they called up like, how you gonna find out I was on this show? You didn't say my name. All right, man, I said your name. All
Yeah.
right, I said your name. So, when it comes to our team, I like everybody as one family. From Kawhi Leonard to PG to Reggie Jackson. I still talk to Reggie Jackson. You know,
What's some? Give me some stories, man. Obviously, we a Clipper podcast. We got a lot of Clipper fans here. Well, give me some stories of some of the players that you interacted with, like you guys
oh,
you have
I was I
relationships
was
with.
messing with Can I say this? Oh, I can say one of them. Um, Pat Beverly, when he was leaving, he wanted me to walk him to the hotel because he didn't have his boys with him. He's like, Clipper Soul, can you walk me? I said, sure. He said, all right. So fans was kind of get him. I was kind of helping him do that stuff because I took him to like different events in the past. And he gave me like $500 to walking him. I was like, dang, okay. I said, you don't have to do it. I'm doing it just to be supportive. He's like, man, I appreciate you, man. You really motivate me when I don't have energy. When I get frustrated, I give that little point because we used to have this little pointing thing where we used to point at each other.
Hmm.
And I used to
Yeah,
kind of pound on my heart to kind of motivate him. And he always loved me for that. I prayed for him many times when he was going through a different situation with the league. And I just like that. That's one of the heart felt moments that I had with players, and they went through some crisis through their life and praying for them and like, keeping my pastorism kind of at the forefront of me being a super fan and not getting caught up on their name or how much money they have. I treat every player like they're the same. So I have that's one story I can share, but it been many stories. Taking them to the hotel, taking them to the airport, taking a family to the airport, and they trust me like that. So that's some of the
man,
hard.
that is definitely dope, man. And that's what I think people need to realize. Like these players are they're regular people.
Yep.
They're not. I mean, even with me being around them, a bit this year, like they regular dudes, and they're not even somebody that, yeah, they
Right.
can do something at a high level, high value job, but they
Right.
still have to walk to their car. They still got to pump gas in their car. They still got to go home. They still got to do everything that a
Yep.
regular human being has to do when they step off that basketball court. So I definitely salute you on that, man. And what you think about this upcoming year with the Intuit Dome? How do you what you excited about? What's the most exciting thing about the Intuit Dome you got?
I think we could do more engagement among each other because how it's set up. We got walk through the quad, walk through the store. We can kind of do more entertaining stuff, and we can say, hey, usually we meet up like at the middle of the quad by the fan. Was it fan
Mm,
booth? Sales booth. We kind of meet there at halftime, so we can
yep.
do a lot more engagement with that. um, and just seeing how the team will feel where, hey, this is our house, so it's going to bring a certain type of energy. It's going to be a certain type of experience. So now everybody can be a super fan. That's why I tell everybody, it ain't just about me because I go to every game. It's about everybody as a fan. We can separate the fan versus super fan, based on have image and all that kind of stuff. But everybody got to be a fan at heart, and it should be no one standing at none of our games. I wish we can stand up every single game because I go to some arenas, they stand up the whole game. We got to do that at our arena because now this is our house, so there ain't gonna be no excuses for us to bring the energy.
Right. So what's some of the features you've been to New Arena obviously.
Yeah.
So what's some of the cool things about the arena? Tell the people about the Intuit Dome why they need to visit.
Hey, it won't be nobody waiting for the restroom. It'd be in and out. So we got the most restrooms. We got the most restrooms. I just had to say that. We got chargers because my phone, when you like filming, my phone always going dead. And I like it because my GT Mach-E, you know, we got chargers for the car too outside. At the old arena, man, I had to make sure I could pray my way because I didn't want to stop. And downtown don't have a lot of charging areas for my car, and my car is very expensive, so I'm not gonna just leave it anywhere.
Right.
So I'm happy that the owner Steve Ballmer looked at it like, okay, we need to make sure that we satisfy all our fans, and that's what I love about the owner of the Clippers and the executive staff. They made sure that we have everything at our arena.
Yep.
And I like that. I like that. And coming outside, we have a pre-party before the game and after the game. When you don't want to watch the game inside, you can watch it in the quad. And on the weekends, I could drop this BJ dude off of 40 right before he step into the arena. He like, what?
You would do that?
I think I can.
Okay.
Because I can shoot. Let me stop before we have to follow.
Man, I'm all down for it, man. Are you gonna miss the crypto? Are you gonna miss the crypto at all?
Not really, because I got tired of hearing, oh, this is the Laker house, this is the Laker house. And we're so limited what we can do, It's like now is no excuse. So we should be on fire. As soon as we take one step in that arena, we should be on fire. No one's sitting. That we need to make shirts. No one's sitting. And we got to break because they're gonna bring it to us. The Lakers gonna come and try to outshow us. Told you it was an arena. So you already know we're gonna get that.
For sure, man. I'm not gonna miss the crypto at all.
I'm not either.
I'm looking at it like we got our own arena. We don't have to deal with the morning early games. We can
right.
have our own space. We ain't gotta deal with Laker fans coming in trying to come to our games and root against us. I ain't trying to be all that, man.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. And no more. If I see one team taking over our arena, because when Boston came to the crypto arena, because they sell tickets different.
Boy,
you saw that, right? You saw Chicago Bulls. Like Chicago Bulls, I thought I was the only fan when I was 6 to like 12. I was a Chicago Bulls fan, and I thought they came like so many teams came in there. Like, wow, are they just selling tickets to another team just to try to distract us? And I was all like, wow.
That Boston game was it.
You saw that, right?
when they came out the turnstiles out the tunnel, all you heard was like that's all you heard, and our side was all like like clapping. I'm like,
right?
Dang, is this a home game or a road game?
Yeah, but I think that got nothing to do with that. Mean if they gonna bring it to us, because like Boston, Philly, Bulls, the Suns, Golden State, like we're going to Hawaii on the 4th. I know you probably was going to talk about that later. So we're going to Hawaii on the 4th, and the whole arena is sold out already with nothing but Golden State Warrior fans in Hawaii. Yep. We got to make sure it's Clipper fans going to Hawaii, not Golden State. Either Hawaiian love Curry. People in Hawaii love Curry. So, but I just want to see. My friend said that, it's going to be crazy. Because I've been going there for the last 6 years, I think. I think we've been there 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
And last year it was a lot of Clipper fans, but this year I know it's going to be a lot of Golden State Warrior fans.
What do you feel like we can do this year to win a championship? Obviously, we lost PG, we lost Russ. How are you feeling about this going into this upcoming season? Your honest opinion.
I was kind of nervous about how are we gonna gel? Who's gonna take PG? Who's gonna take Westbrook? Westbrook is that spark off the bench, and I came to a conclusion. Like I said, you know what? Let's stop worrying about the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let's just make sure Kawhi is healthy. James Harden take the leadership, and some of these young players give that spark off the bench. Because if OKC can do it, we can do it. It's no excuses. It's no excuses. So we got to make sure. I tell people, forget about the team. Let's bring the energy to the arena. That's what's more important. Don't worry about what these players doing. Let's focus on fans bringing the energy. Let's just start from there. Because if we bring the energy, we energize that team to win. If we quiet, we don't want to stand up. We want to sit down. Hey, they're gonna work on their own strength. Let us bring the power and the strength.
That's a beautiful answer, man. So we have Clipper Soul, man, our guy Clipper Soul, man, our entertainer, our hype man, our super fan in the building. If you guys want to come in and ask a question, man, we're gonna give y'all another 5 to 10 minutes to come in. If you guys want to ask the question, if not, we're gonna go ahead and end the interview because I know my man is a busy person. So going to Hawaii, man, what you looking forward to doing the most out there? And this is your first
Uh,
time going?
oh no, I go to Hawaii every year because off guard company that I have, we sponsor two of the top football games out of high school, and we do one out of college, top college players. So
Mm-hmm.
I go there probably about 4 or 5 times a year, but it's more personal when I go there for this Clipper game. Um,
Yep.
I just want to make sure that we control Curry, and they got some other superstars that I ain't really worrying about.
Mm-hmm.
We just bring the energy. Let's have a preseason. Let's win every single game. I know Ty Lue might want to rest some players, but usually preseason they don't play always hard. He's trying to figure out
Nah, they
different lineup,
don't.
like kind of like summer league. You know,
Right.
we could have won summer league this year, but we had a bad play. It was called at the end. We almost won summer league this year in Vegas, so
Yeah.
we just got to just bring the energy and control Curry. And hopefully, if
Mm.
anybody can get out there next year, I don't care if you go inside the ring or not. Let's bring the energy there. I think the next game is what is it? Seattle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Seattle getting
Hawaii, Seattle, and then I think
San Diego.
San Diego and then LA. Back in
Yeah.
LA.
So for those two games, we already know everybody gonna come to San Diego. We just make sure everybody's out in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was trying to get everybody to get one of my gaming trucks and one of my vans from our youth center, just pack their bus up and drive to Seattle. That's what everybody needs to start doing. I just don't want to just be me there. I want to see some faces from um, our arena there, because
Man,
I'm gonna
that's
be by myself at the away game. But good thing about our arena, we have less away games. I'm so glad because it's tough traveling like this, real tough.
man, tell me about it. Salute
Especially
to my man
7 years.
Clip Gang TV. Clip Gang TV says salute. So how you doing? He's obviously one of the biggest Clipper fans that we have, man. Clip Gang TV. So he says
Okay.
salute to my man. So um, yeah, if y'all want to come in, ask a question, don't be shy. We got like 20 people here, watching from the chat. So I guess y'all just happy chilling there. But if y'all want to come up and ask a question to my man, so y'all are free to do so. And bro, so what do you consider yourself doing this for much longer, or do you want to like eventually switch to something else, or you just because some of them guys that we know that you can't expect Spike Lee to just be outside of the Knicks garden. You don't expect to
Right.
not see Nicholson in that seat for Laker games. You don't expect X, Y, and Z. Rick Ross at Miami Heat games, DJ Khaled.
Right.
So you see yourself doing this for how much longer?
Oh, I'm gonna do it forever. Because this year I want to
Oh
do
man.
Slam Team. I want to do all that stuff. You know, um, I can do it for probably. I want to be the oldest super fan. I want to be like 90 years old. Y'all might have to walk me up and down the steps, but I'll figure something out. Because remember, think about the Indiana Pacers mascot he's my age, so he's still healthy. He's got what I had to do. I have to eat better, stay in shape, because all they go to a throat doctor every 3 months, because all that yelling from doing the ministry stuff and doing yelling, I gotta eat better, gotta have more energy, take my
Mm,
vitamins, and stay healthy. Because I went to the little sick spill, was in the
yeah,
hospital for a little bit, and
glad you're doing better.
yeah, I'm doing a lot better. It was a very scary situation, but my fight was believing in God, and the team and the fans need me. That's Clipper Soul, so I had to fight a lot for the past year.
Right.
But now I'm back at it. I'm healthy. I can go to all the games, and I use Clipper Soul. I use the Clipper team to motivate me to get healthy. Like I
Mm,
said, we all one family. And I tell a lot of fans we don't get caught up in the whole who's more popular. I say I'm the number one because I go to all the games, but technically I don't care about being number one. I just care about bringing the energy. Because anybody want to go up me to all these away games, that's I can see y'all can see what I go through. It's not easy all the time, but fans
what's
love me on all teams. That's the crazy part about it. Because don't cheer your team on, but don't be disrespectful or downgrade the other team. Just treat every fans with respect. And it's after year, fans will come up to be like, "Yeah, we usually don't like super fans from other teams, but we like you, Clippers." So I said, I appreciate that. But if I come in there and bad mouthing them and thinking I'm so better than them, and if I'm walking around our arena better than all the other fans, family, I don't get caught up in the whole Clipper. They're all nonsense, and you humble
mm,
the journey will humble you. So it's kind of like I just stay at that standpoint. but I come from the sports industry, entertainment industry, so that stuff don't bother me, you know.
You were born to do this, and that makes perfect sense. You were born to do this, and you're born to be in this position, and you reaping all the benefits that you deserve, man. Just the players, like I say, you're not just loved by our team, but you're loved by opposing teams, and you
Yeah,
got
that's
people
crazy though.
comfortable coming. When I seen Kawhi picture with you, like Kawhi, like don't usually take pictures with anybody.
Yeah, because
So
he walked up to me, he like Clipper, so you funny. I'm like, dang, he said more than 2 words. And I was like, yeah. And I think I was tired. No, I was sitting on the couch at the hotel where they were staying at, and I was tired. I was like falling asleep. And when the security guy was like, wake up. I was like, oh, and then Quad Leonard was like, hey man, take a picture with me. I was like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah, come here, let's take a picture. So we went to the side, we took a picture. I was like, I respect that, you know? He's like, you're funny. He said, you're funny. I said, man. I said, Quad Leonard, you're quiet. Did I got some
but see,
chapstick?
that's
I
the
said,
thing, though.
chapstick.
People think he quiet, though. He's really not quiet. He just
Well,
with the
he's
media,
quiet, but
he is.
not quiet. But you got to get him. I saw him when he was talking. We went to get something to eat, and it's like different events, like after game, or I see him outside of the Clippers. He's quiet, but not quiet. But he's quiet. If that makes sense.
Yeah. He's not as talkative as somebody
As
like you or
Westbrook.
Westbrook. Exactly. So what about PG? PG looks like he was more in involved trying to take a picture. Like how did that story come about? Did he ask you
No,
to take
that's
a
just
picture?
Kawhi Leonard. I got other pictures with Kawhi Leonard. That's just him. Every picture. If I show you all 30 pictures, it was just it. That's him. I think I'm more like tired than anything. But PG was like, take a picture. I was like, oh, for real. I think I was taking a picture of a couple fans, and I had PG shoes on. Some of those, those Hot Wheel shoes.
Yeah,
PG.
yeah,
So
yeah. I hooping
he
those.
he thought it was like he thought it was cool, man. You got those on? I was like, yeah, man. You supposed to gave me something. Like, I didn't send you nothing. I said, no. He's like, I got you. I was like, okay. He's like, come here for a second. So I was like, all right. So he's like, take a picture with me. So I was like, nah, I'm cool, PG. I'm busy. He was like, oh, like that? I said, nah, I'm joking. Come on. He said, of course I
Man,
would say that. So, but he had a gang of fans. So I had to walk all the way down. That was that All-Star weekend because he had to go do an
yeah,
interview. So, and I had to do another interview with a couple NBA reporters. So I said, when we walked down there to the end, we kind of turned around, took a picture. Then it was too many people following him. So I just kind of left him. And security took him to his interview. And I went, one of the media girls from the NBA took me to the interview room to do some interviews, talk about, being a super fan. But I respect PG. I get this question like, how are you gonna feel about PG when we play Philly? I said, you know what? He's a man. He got a decision. I try not to answer these questions, but hey, he did what he got to do, and wherever his heart led him, wherever the politics at the organization, it's between the organization and him. But he's still a man. He's still a child of God. I still got to respect him. I wanted him to stay. I was a little disappointed when I heard about it because we went back to that interview when he said, I'm going to be a Clipper fan, ride or die. I'm home here. You know the whole interview. Remember the interview?
yep.
That
Remember
kind of
that?
like rubbed me the wrong way. But I would say we don't know. You might like your girlfriend one day, and you might not like her the next day. How do you know? You got family members you don't like, but you gotta like them when they come around to the family reunion. So hopefully when he come home, I told fans we're not gonna boo him. We're not gonna boo Westbrook. We're gonna give them their respect because they did come through for us. They did play for us. They did play their heart out many days. So we got to make sure we let every fan know. And I told Westbrook that on the phone, and I told PG that on the cell phone. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure I do as much as I can to have all the fans to respect you. Because we don't have the decision making like in a decision. If he came